Surprising thing, I think, to people would be that the numbers continue to grow up and funds become more difficult to handle the problem. EFN was founded in 1982. Its original mission was to make sure that no one in Pierce County goes hungry, and we found that that's just, while very compelling and a little bit impossible, is not enough. So its mission statement now is to provide healthy, nutritious, ethnically diverse food when and where people need it to make sure no one goes hungry. On a monthly basis, EFN serves about 120,000 people. Last year, 2013, we served 1,404,000 people in the county. Well, those are the numbers we say that Emergency Food Network serves. We serve them through our partner network. We have over 60 food banks, meal sites, and shelters that we give food to.
St. Louis Food Bank is the second largest food bank in Pierce County. Our tagline is "Fighting Hunger in Pierce County" since 1982. It comes from the belief that hunger is not an insurmountable problem. There's not enough resources in the community. They're just not distributed well. And so we are trying to find creative ways to get food to people who are hungry.
So Fish Food Banks of Pierce County, specifically our Southeast Tacoma location, which is the largest distributing one in Pierce County. We're here to help our neighbors in need and to treat our clients with compassion, dignity, and respect. And the reality is, and this is just my personal feeling, is the hardest thing one human being can do is ask another human being for food. So the moment you come up to the front door, we're going to take care of it. And we have folks from all kinds of reasons of why they're coming to the door, to where they have no food, to where they're barely making it struggle, where they're working 2 jobs and they still can't make ends meet. So we're able to help them out with that.
And basically it means not having enough food in your household to feed your family that day or that week or that month. It's different than the hunger my kids talk about when they come home and say, "I'm hungry, there's nothing to eat here," which translates as, "There's nothing here that's already ready to put in my mouth that I want to eat at this moment." There's food in our house, it's just not what they want, or they actually have to cook it. It's families that don't have enough food on their table. There was a missing meals report done several years ago by Food Lifeline that looked at low-income families in Pierce County. Well, they did it county by county and state, but in Pierce County, it was estimated after you took in household income, government programs like WIC and food stamps, food programs like food banks and hot meals, they were still missing 1/7 of the meals. So basically 1 day a week of not having enough food on the table. So for me, that's what hunger is. Hunger is not having enough, going to bed hungry at the end of the day because you didn't have enough food in your household.
That's an interesting question, my definition of hunger. We talk a lot about food insecurity, and hunger or food insecurity is any household that any member goes to bed at night without having an adequate amount of food. And of course then there are those people who don't have a bed to go to. So we are just worried about everyone in the community having enough food to be able to live their life. We talk about how we have to educate children, we talk about the impact of the economy on the business world and what's happening in our neighborhoods, but food is at the top of the list. If the children go to school hungry, it doesn't matter how fabulous the teacher is. Not only can they not learn, but chances are, if there's 2 or 3 of them in the classroom, which in most classrooms there are, it disrupts the whole classroom.
I'll get a lot of emails from people saying, "We're doing a program on homelessness, so we'd like to have you come and be a panelist." Less than 10% of our clients are homeless. Folks are working. More than 60% of our clients have at least one adult in their household who's working. You can work a full-time minimum wage job and you will not be able to provide housing, health care, and food costs for your family. And so that's the reality a lot of our families are facing. The other misconception is who's hungry. It's 40% of our clients at our food bank, and this is pretty true for food banks in Pierce County, are 18 and under. And then another 10 to 12% are over 55. So it's not the able-bodied, lazy, 30-year-old who just wants to come to the food bank to get food. It's kids who are not being able to reach their full potential at school because there's not enough food in their household, even though they have a working parent. And it's seniors who are living on a fixed income, and food costs are going up and their income is not. At the food banks, we try to provide 3 days worth of food for a family. And we focus mostly on the staples. So we have lots of grains, produce, meat. Backpack program, what we've done for the first 6 years of the program is focus on sending home food that kids can prepare themselves with limited supervision. And it's been kid focused, so it's been an individual serving of oatmeal, it's been a potato they can bake, it's been a canned dinner. There's those of us in the emergency food world, which is what we call ourselves, and we need to get rid of the word emergency. It's a chronic situation. For a lot of people, it's every month at the end of the month, or for some of them, it's every day, or it's every week. By the time you get to the weekend, kids with families with kids in school, breakfast and lunch are there during the school week, but on weekends they're not there. That's why we do our backpack program to try to fill that gap. So hunger's a chronic problem, and it's also a solvable problem.
In our nation and in our community, it's actually shameful that this is a problem, and while our job is to make sure people have food, as a community we need to work on the entire problem and solve it so that no one is hungry.